Hello, middle school families. I hope everyone's having a great summer so far. In just a couple of short weeks, we will be back here at school for another great year. And I wanted to talk to you today about an exciting change to our middle school program for next year. And that's our activity periods. And you might have heard a little bit about this over the summer, but I want to share some important information with you guys today and a little bit of homework. Next year, in every middle schooler schedule from grades 5 through 8 will have 3 activity periods. Okay, so these activity periods will be at 8:10, the first period of the day, 11:30, that's right after lunch, and 2:10 at the end of the day. These 3 periods will be individualized to every single middle school student. Everyone's going to have a different schedule, and that schedule is going to be based upon your interests, but then also your needs. Okay, you're going to have a choice. And we want to hear some of the electives that you want to take. But I want to caution everyone. We're going to look at some of these electives that our awesome teachers are putting together. I think you're going to love some of these electives that we have to offer. But I just want to caution everyone. Just because you might see an elective in this course catalog, it may not necessarily be offered in the fall. Okay, so electives are going to be based upon student interest, but also teacher schedules as well. Also, I want to be upfront. We're going to ask for your choices in a minute. There's a Google form that you're going to fill out when you take a look at the catalog. Okay, but it is very difficult to fit all 120 middle school students into these elective periods. So you might not get your first choice in the fall semester, but these will be changed up in the spring semester. So if you don't get your first choice in the fall, please know that you might get it later on in the spring. And these schedules are very difficult to change once we make them. So I'm really going to ask everyone to put some thought into selecting your electives. Okay. All right. Now on to the fun stuff. I want to share with you guys our elective catalog. Okay, so this will be going out electronically in the email. So this should be an attachment that you can kind of take a look at. And hopefully students, families, you guys are looking at this together and making these choices as a team. So our instructions. Students and families are to read the elective options and rank their selections. Students must select a minimum of 1 STEM, 1 fine art, could be music or art. And these classes will meet twice a week, 2 physical education courses. All students will have at least 2 iReady personalized lessons, 1 writing lab. As some students may be eligible for AAS Math, AAS Reading, Core Extension, Resource, and Reading Buddies. The remaining periods will be a combination of study halls or general electives based upon student preferences. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. And at the bottom of this first page, you'll be able to find a link to the Google form. All right, now on to our first category, and that is STEM. All right, Mrs. Tarosky will be offering a variety of STEM electives this year, including engineering, design and architecture, chemistry, computer science, environmental conservation, psychology, space exploration, and STEM in the field. And you can notice for every elective in the catalog, you see the course title, the grades offered to, so pay close attention. Most electives are offered for 5th through 8th graders, and there'll be multiple sections of each electives, but some electives might only be for 5th and 6th, some might only be for 7th and 8th, so pay close attention. The instructor, and then also a brief description about the elective. Then we have our music section. Remember, all music and art electives will be twice a week. We have middle school choir. Really exciting that we're offering middle school band next year. Really excited about that. Guitar, handbell choir, percussion ensemble, and intro to piano. Our art electives, Mrs. Riley will be offering art exploration, ceramics, photography, note 7th and 8th graders for photography, 2D art design, and 3D sculpture. Now for our phys ed electives, Coach Hamlin will be offering team sports, traditional gym games, strength training, racket sports, and Coach LaBerge will be offering lifetime sports. All right, so some nice options for PE classes. So STEM, the fine arts, music and art, and PE, those three are mandatory, okay? Everyone must select a minimum number for those domains. Now we get into our general electives. So I think we have about 14 general electives, and I'm going to ask you to choose your top 4, okay? So they are home economics, Senora Bott. Mrs. Tremblay will be offering sign language. Mrs. Mullaney will be offering mindfulness. We'll have current events, sports history, sports marketing, and building your own business, public speaking, research, Spanish culture, and Spanish songs, philosophy, multimedia creation, and exploration in theology. All right, so a lot of great choices. So you definitely want to take some time, read through these descriptions, and think about which electives are most interesting for you. Once you've done that, you can then open up the Google form, all right, which looks like this. Once again, we have the description here in the notes about the minimums for STEM, fine arts, as well as physical education. You're going to start by typing your name, choosing your grade, and then you're going to choose your top STEM choice, and there's your drop down for your options. You'll choose 3, right? So and hopefully you'll get into one of those 3. Then we have our music section and our art section. After the fine arts, I'm going to ask you guys this question. How many fine art electives would you prefer in the fall semester? Noting that both music and art electives will meet twice a week. You could choose just one this semester, meaning you might take music twice a week in the fall and then take art twice a week in the spring. You might say you want both art and both music in the fall semester. You can also say more than 2 if possible, but of course you can kind of do the quick math. And we only have a limited number of activity periods, but we want this to be individualized and personalized to each child, which is why we added this question. Then we have our PE choices. So again, you can see the drop down from the different PE choices. We're going to ask you to choose your top 3. And then we're going to say, how many PE classes would you prefer this semester? The minimum is 2 and the maximum is 3. So again, some student choice there. And then we have all of our general electives. Again, I think we have 14 to choose from. A lot of great choices there. And then finally, how many study halls would you prefer this semester? 1 to 2, 3 to 4, or 5, meaning a study hall each day. This is important conversation to have with our middle schoolers and their family. Obviously, we want to give our students a chance to be successful, and for some of our students, that means having a study hall within the confines of the school day. But of course, the more study halls a student has, the less elective options they'll have as well. So let's keep that in mind when answering that question. And then finally, really excited to bring back our Reading Buddies program. So that means we'll be pairing up our middle schoolers with some of our pre-K friends. So if you would like to be considered to participate in our Reading Buddies as one of your activity periods, that's their own separate question right here. All right, well, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you guys are really excited. I think we've got some really awesome elective opportunities, and this would be a great way for our middle schoolers to have an individualized schedule for next year. If you have any questions, please reach out. You can email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Hopefully you have some time over the weekend to take a look at this, and I'm going to ask by the end of next week, next Friday, to have your choices in so that we can work on a schedule. All right, enjoy the rest of your summer, everyone. Take care.